Hey guys, welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. This is the house that I actually posted on Instagram just yesterday, and I was planning on doing an Instagram tutorial for it, but it turned out the house is just too complex of a build to really explain through Instagram. I was working on making the post over here, and it just wasn't working. So I'm actually going to do a video instead. It's just going to be a lot easier for everybody if I just do a video. So I'll just get started right now. Alright, so here we have to start the layout of like the first layer, the first floor of the house rather. So you might want to pause right here and just kind of build. You can see that I have the smooth stone blocks laid out as a floor just so you can kind of see the grid of blocks and you can count how far apart everything is. Alright, so now that we have this part put together, we're going to start with the frame of the house, which is going to be done in spruce planks that we're building up so that the frame is 4 blocks tall, again, 4 blocks, and we're going to be connecting the frame of the house all around here. Okay, so we have the whole exterior frame here done. The other thing I want to do though is you want to come here to the front of the house left corner, and you're going to want to build out 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then from over here 1 block in, build across, and at that corner you're going to want to make another pillar. That is going to be your front deck. Of course, with the frame of the house, you also want to connect these two towards the middle, as this is going to be kind of your archway or doorway between your kitchen and your living room. Alright, so now we're going to go around and take care of each of the walls. So we're going to start with the front wall here. We're going to fill that in, fill in. There is one window here in the front. I'm going to be using glass panes for the windows. On the side here as we move on, this part will be filled in, as will this part here. On this side, we actually have one big window here in the kitchen, so we're going to do a 3 by 2 window. Over here, there's no window here, so we can build across. However, right here, we do have a 2 by 2 window, so you can see that. And then over here, we're going to have a 1 by 2 window right here, and the rest is actually filled in. Alright, now we're working around to the left side of the house. And on the left side here, there's only going to be a 1 by 2 window right here. Coming back around to the front of the house underneath the deck here, you're going to go one over, and then you have a 1 by 2 window, 2 blocks, another 1 by 2 window, and 2 more blocks. And then of course this area around the door you can just fill in, and you have your first floor complete. Alright, so let's move on to getting to the second floor. That's going to be stairs. So you come to the living room here, and in this back right corner, you're going to have 1, 2 blocks, and then stairs, and then you're going to build stairs going up from that point until you are even with the spruce frame here. So now we have the second floor ready, and we're actually going to fill in the flooring here for the second floor using diorite slabs. Alright, so now we have the slabs in place, so let's start building the frame for the second floor. Now for the second floor, we're going to be going in 1 block right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over here, right on top of this diorite, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to connect these. Way back over on this side, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect them. And then we're going to start building out this way towards the center. And right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do another frame going across here. And then we're going to connect these two frames. Alright, now we have connected frames for the second floor, and we can actually even just go straight into building the second floor. So we're going to start on the back right here. That, of course, around your frames, immediately touching your frames, you're going to want to fill that all in with birch. So on the left side of the house here, we're actually going to just do two 2x1 windows. Oh, whoops. There and there. Perfect. Now we're going to come around to the back where we actually have two 2x2 windows. So it's going to go right there. Place one here and place one right there like that. Alright, now the rest of the back here, we're going to have a 1x2 window, and then a 2x2 window, another 1x2 window. So we're going to have that shape going on. So the 1x2, a 2x2, and another 1x2. Coming around to this side, we're going to have a 2x2 window right here. Alright, and coming around to the front of the house, right here we're actually going to leave a huge gap for a doorway or a archway. I'm going to put glass up here just to kind of stylize it for a way to get out onto the deck. And then over here we're going to do a 2x2 window so you have a nice view out onto the deck. Then on this wall over here we're actually only going to do a 1x2 window right there, and we're just going to fill in the rest of the wall entirely. Alright, so now we're just going to do the third floor, which is actually really small. We're going to go up 4 blocks here and 4 blocks here. This is right in the middle. And then we're actually going to fill this in and have a 2x3 window, a pretty big window, sitting right here. And for the roof, we're actually going to start from the third floor. That we're going to cover this in diorite slabs and stone slabs. The stone slabs are coming out. Again, if this is the front of the house, so the stone slabs are coming out to the right here. So we're going to just surround this carefully. And now that we have this surrounded, we're going to start going down. So we're just doing half slab steps down like this. And you're going to keep gradually dropping until you have that shape. And then you can wrap this around, and we'll do it again on the other side here. And then we're just going to fill this in with diorite. Just so you have a pretty clear frame here that we're just going to fill in with diorite right across the middle. And these spots in here we're actually going to fill in with birch planks. So let's go ahead and do that actually ahead of time. Alright, once you fill that in, you have the roof for the top, the third floor completed. Alright, so now we're going to work on the roof here for the second floor, which is actually pretty easy. We're going to outline the upper half of these spruce planks with stone slabs. Then on the inside here, we're actually going to be putting in more polished diorite as a floor. Now you can replace these spruce planks around here, around the entire perimeter here. You can replace them with diorite if you like. It probably will look better. I'm not going to do the whole thing just for sake of editing and time, but if it's up to you if you like it or not. You'll also want to put a hole probably right here, and what you can do is you will be able to have a ladder going up here. Lastly, up here you're going to want to put a couple smooth stone blocks around the edges here, and then connect your edges with a glass railing. It looks really nice and modern and expensive and nicer than anything I could ever actually afford. Alright, with the third and second floor roofs done, we're going to work down to the first floor roof, and this one is going to be a lot like the third floor roof we did up there. That we're going to start on the right side here, outlining this, and we're going to come right across here. And remember, we're using smooth stone for the outline, and then we're going to have diorite on the inside of the actual roof. And we're going to do the same thing as last time, where we do the gradual stepping up of each part of the roof here. Step up, and right there. Then we connect that. And lastly, we can bring this spruce up so we have it supporting the roof. And now we can actually fill in the roof. So we have to make a slight change to the front here, that this support going across is actually going to be placed one block back, so it's directly on top of this wall. And we're going to build up a second wall directly above it. And there we go, there's the front of our beautiful house. And around this side, we're also just going to fill this in real quick. We'll put a little bit of diorite up there to fill in that gap as well. There we go. Alright, now we're going to bring the roof around here. So this is the first floor roof, the lower end. We're going to continue this outline wrapping around the side of the house. And it's actually going to come back here to the rear of the house. And I'll show you why in a moment. Now on this build, I have a back patio here. And I have a little overhang roof over it. And it's being supported by birch fences. So I'm just putting down some birch fences here. And we're going to put the roof over it. So we come around with the diorite, go right across, and once we get to this point, we can just have the stone slab there. And you can see that these stone slabs are going to wrap around all the birch fences here. We're going to have the diorite there as the main roof that the birch is supporting. So again, you're going to have that front roof wrap around and continue to the back, and then you have this overhang for the patio. We're almost done with the outside here. Last thing we got to take care of is your front deck here. So we're going to fill this in with slabs so that we have a nice floor here. So once you fill in that floor, then we're going to put lower slabs here as kind of a roof accent kind of thing. And we're going to bring it right up to this window and stop there. And then we're going to use glass for the actual barrier right on top of this wooden frame. And you have a nice front deck there, and of course underneath you have a little patio or relaxation area or whatever you want to call it. So we're moving from the outside to the inside, and this part of the tutorial I'm just going to do some basic indoor stuff. I'm not going to go over how to fully furnish the house because that's up to you, and that's how you make this house actually your own as opposed to just one you copied. So what we're going to start with here, up here, you're going to have a couple gaps that you're going to want to fill in, just a little bit of diorite right in there. And I like to have this area open. If you want, you are completely able to just fill it in with diorite. And if you do that, make sure you have some lights up here so you don't have monsters spawning if you're in survival. But you can just have a nice flat roof and not have to deal with that up there. So with that complete, I usually have this area set as my kitchen or like my workstation where I'm smelting, I'm crafting, I'm doing all the things that you do in Minecraft. This area under here, I actually often will put, I'll put like chests down here or something like that you could replace this with a slab. And then you can have a chest here, 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 and here. And all those chests you can open and use. So it's a nice little storage spot. This area you can have as a living room, or if you know, you can have your mine back here or access to a basement. Once you come up the stairs, I had this area as your bedroom that I had the bed right here. You can definitely change it to however you like. Out here, definitely want to do some stairs. If you place some stairs, they'll look like chairs for you. This spot, I actually filled this in here. And actually, I think I used, yeah, you're going to want to use birch here and fill this in a good bit. And then you can actually just put a door right here. So I'm going to get a birch door. And you can just put in a doorway here, and then you have a long office space or an outlook or you know, whatever you want to call it, a study and even an enchantment room, I suppose, whatever you want to do with that room. Downstairs here, I also want to touch on this area between the living room and the kitchen. You can definitely, or you're definitely going to want to put something up here to kind of decorate the arch. I just do upside down stairs. I mean, if you want to do like birch planks and then you want to get, let me get a birch slab here, and you want to do like a slab, or I mean, that's a little bit lower. That's not my thing. I'm a big fan of the birch stairs myself, but that's just me. And lastly, from the study room, you're going to want to get a ladder. Don't forget to build a ladder, oh, whoops, up to this point. So you're able to get up here and enjoy the nice view that goes almost the whole way around. Also, you see the bedroom has a really high up roof. It looks really nice and open if you like it like that. Personally, what I ended up doing, because I wanted there to be enough storage space, I actually filled in this floor here with diorite, as I'm doing right now. Once you're finished filling this in, I would just put a ladder going right up here in the corner, and you have a nice storage room upstairs with a nice view out onto the roof. So there you have it. There is a tutorial to build this wonderful house. It's an excellent house for a mid-level player. And if you're looking for something in survival that isn't too resource heavy, you're not using any full logs, you're using different types of stone that are relatively common, and you're also using birch and spruce planks, which are pretty common and plentiful. So overall, I mean, it should be a pretty easy build. So I wish you guys the best of luck in building, and I'll see you next time.